Evening, I'm Dan Wolf.
And I'm Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us. Mail delivery issues are impacting thousands of Minnesotans.
As we head into the holiday season, two lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle are calling for immediate action.
Northern News Now's Cara Kopp spoke to Senator Tina Smith and Congressman Pete Stauber about what they're doing to help.
Two letters made their way to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy's desk recently.
Well, so this isn't the first time that I've sent a letter to the postmaster and trying to figure out why Minnesotans can't get better mail service.
Both Senator Tina Smith and Congressman Pete Stauber voicing their displeasure over the state's recent mail service.
I'm asking him why the delay in the postal service. Why are people not getting their mail on time and their bills on time and their medications on time?
The lawmakers pointing to recent mail delays in the Brainerd and Bemidji areas, both of them referencing an agreement between the U.S. Postal Service and Amazon, which overwhelms post offices to prioritize third-party packages.
As the post office is taking on the responsibility now to deliver Amazon packages, there's even a bigger crunch.
A crunch impacting mail carriers, especially in rural areas, and even more so during the holidays.
To me, it's simply unacceptable when we know every year, during the holidays, it becomes busier. Why aren't we properly staffed up?
Some mail carriers working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, along with canceled vacation time and a lack of compensation.
When you continue to have problems when it's not the holidays, you know that something has got to give.
My constituents in rural Minnesota, in the Bemidji and Brainerd areas deserve answers.
Hoping for swift solutions from the Postmaster General so Minnesotans can get their mail on time. In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
Congressman Stauber has asked the Postmaster General to respond to the concerns by December 4th. We did reach out to the Postmaster General for a comment. We've not heard back. Senator Amy Klobuchar is also addressing the postal delays. In a statement, she says, in part, Amazon cannot be allowed to cut in front of Minnesota residents and small businesses. She says she's spoken with Minnesota postal leaders about the issue.